Dream Team, it's your boy Neal, back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with British reacts to American medical bills. Before we dive into this, y'all know I need y'all to smash that subscribe button, ring notification bell, get the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. You guys have a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got?
I remember I was really anemic, and I remember I went to the hospital. It's very, very expensive.
Do you know like about how much it would be?
And I think like the average, I think, is 100
a night?
Yeah.
You're joking.
Hello!
Hi, I'm Hannah from the UK.
Hi, I'm Lauren from the UK.
Hi, I'm Christina from the US.
Hi, I'm Callie from the US. I've actually not had a cold in 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. And I think that's because we wear masks all the time that I've not caught a cold.
Yeah, I think same. It's been kind of a while since I got a cold.
I don't remember the last time I've honestly like been sick to where I haven't been able to function. Like, I've had small headache here and there, but I mean I can function through the day through it. But I don't remember the last time I've honestly been sick to where it's like I had to stay in bed. Like, it's been a long time.
Oh, everyone.
I had an allergic reaction when I was in Germany and I was rushed to the ER. I had like a giant swollen lip, so embarrassing. And I also was hospitalized in the UK as well one time because my heart was beating so fast. And when I got there, the doctor asked me, "You haven't been taking crack tonight, have you?"
How old were you?
20.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking you were a child, maybe.
I don't have a clear memory, but I remember I was really anemic, so I was really weak, and I remember I went to the hospital. I mean, my parents kind of dealt with all of the cost and stuff. I'm not sure how much it was, but I know it's very, very expensive. To stay overnight, I think they make the most money, I think.
Do you know like about how much it would be?
Well, it depends per state. I'm from Massachusetts, and I think like the average, I think, is 1,500
a night?
Yeah.
You're joking.
I think
She not joking. She not joking.
this is currently, I think it's like an average.
1,500. I'd just stay at home and die, I think. I
think a lot of people do. Honestly, I think a lot of people choose not to go to the hospital. They let their health get really bad because they don't know how to pay for the bills.
I swear to God, it's like I can pay these bills and get healthy, but then I'm going bankrupt.
In the States, I don't have insurance now, no. So when I was in the States, I was still like, so for a long time I was on my parents' insurance because they can cover you up till like 20-something.
26.
Yeah. Even. So I was on
26.
my mom's insurance like through her work. But now when I go home, I don't have any insurance, which is scary. When I was home this recent time, I had to get tested for COVID, and it's supposed to be free, I thought, but many urgent cares that I went to, that was the first question they asked, like if you're insured or not. One place I went to did help me fill out a form so that it was free, but many places quoted me like $100 for an antigen test.
Nah.
So it was, even to get tested without insurance, it was like a lot of money.
The UK, I mean, I have had no issues like with being treated in the UK. I've luckily never had like a big injury. Like, I've been to A&E, but it's just for like sprained fingers because I played basketball for a long time and like my fingers were in a mess. So I would have to go and get x-rayed all the time, but it was pretty quick. And it was free. I get treated very well. Like, I don't know, everything. I've never had an issue, but I know people with like serious medical conditions may not be treated as well as they would be privately if they were to, you know, like pay for private medical insurance, because we actually have that option too, and like private medical practices where you can go and pay between like 80 and like 200 something pounds for an appointment, like a GP appointment. And then obviously on top of that, there's more cost. Like if you were to have a surgery, I know it could cost like up to like 10 grand or something, depending.
Wow.
Yeah, that's getting into them American costs right there. It's topic, hospital.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I think the U.S. is just known to be very expensive. It's
Ridiculously
kinda crazy.
expensive.
Sometimes when I see the prices, I'm just like,
It makes no sense. Like,
Yeah.
who
Yes.
can afford to be
Outrageous.
sick?
no one can afford to be sick.
Exactly.
Free basically
Yeah.
for us. You know, we paid in our taxes, so we don't even really notice it coming out of any of our money. It's very quick, it's very efficient. Most people in the NHS are lovely. One of the few things as British people we can be very, very, very
Super proud of,
Very
actually,
proud
yeah.
of, very
The U.S., I'm going to say this a lot today, it really depends on what state you live in because there are different costs and also there are different types of insurance and it is also based on your income. So I think like the average per night is about $1,500.
That's just like to be hospitalized, like as an inpatient.
Yeah.
That's crazy. A lady got treated due to COVID for 4 months, and this is a receipt she got. Yeah, you're never seeing that money. If that happened, you'd honestly never see that money from me. You'd never see a dime. You should have just let me die, because I would die trying to pay back that money. No, you should just. You're not gonna see a dime of that money. $2,850,776.10. That's ridiculous and insane. My God.
Oh no, if it's like
it was like
1,500.
I heard it was like,
Oh no, I see so many zeros.
yeah. Is it like $1 million?
$2 million?
That's awful.
What do you do? What do you? What?
So she was in the hospital for 4 months.
Yeah, but if it's almost 1,500 a day, you can that. I mean, yeah, that adds
It
up.
don't add up to 2 million. It don't add up to. I'll tell you that right now. It don't add up that high. That's a what? 120 days. 15. Nope, that math ain't mathing.
I see all the categories
You gotta see all that other stuff. That's
that
crazy.
she had different
Yeah,
costs coming from. Maybe
Yeah.
add some unnecessary costs and stuff. Just yeah.
Yeah, I think everything
Yeah.
costs something. Like X-ray, there's a cost for X-ray.
Yeah.
There's a cost for tests. There's everything adds up.
Cost to touch your child after you give birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
It's so scary, especially I think with COVID, because if you need to be hospitalized, then you have no choice. Like COVID is so dangerous and so severe that like, this woman probably, obviously, she didn't have a choice whether or not she's going to be hospitalized. So to think that she had no choice in this, and then she's hit by this, it's just
Yeah.
really gross.
Or imagine being like in the street and you like pass out and then someone calls you an ambulance.
No, don't pick me up.
That happens.
I swear to
People
God.
say don't
They refuse
call an
it.
ambulance
Yeah.
because
Yes.
it costs too much. It costs like
It's ridiculous.
$1,000.
Yeah, just for the ride.
Just for the ride. So like people don't call an ambulance. Like please.
Put me in the wheelbarrow.
I swear to God. Seeing Dr. GP US 15 to 25, UK 100. Private. What the heck?
Oh, the 15 to 25 if it's you have insurance, and then if there's no insurance, it's 100 to 600.
Okay.
I heard
Okay.
300 to 600.
When I went to
I was
my
about to say,
doctor,
huh?
I was insured, and it was pretty cheap just for like a basic. It was $15 to $25. But if you don't have insurance, depending on if it's basic care or something more advanced, it's $100 to $600 for a visit.
600?
Yeah, 600 maybe if you take some tests or so.
You would never go to the doctor, would you?
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
I mean, you
No.
just die.
I feel like
Yeah.
too, it's like even hard to find a doctor that can accept you sometimes because some doctors' offices won't even like accept patients that are
Yeah.
uninsured. And then even if you have insurance, sometimes like I've called different doctors' offices before because I moved a lot in the States and didn't really have like a doctor that I went to each time. And I was told like, oh, we're not accepting new
Yeah.
patients now.
Oh my gosh.
It's really
And you got to make sure that the hospital carries your insurance, like it's in network. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it's a lot of BS, is what it is.
In the UK, if you go through the NHS, GP appointments are completely free. However, it may be difficult to get an appointment with your GP. I know when I was at university, we had to kind of like book a week in advance almost, or call up at 8 o'clock in the morning to see if there were any appointments. So sometimes it's kind of hard to actually getting to see the GP, but if it's for like a long-term possible illness, then you know you will go and then they will refer you to a specialist. Like I've had friends who've gone to like a private doctor and whatever, and it costs like between like 80 and like 200, 300 pounds. But it also depends on how long your appointment is. So like 15 minutes could be like 80, 90 pounds.
What about hospital life? Like, let's say you stayed overnight at hospital for one day.
It's crazy expensive.
Thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Like I mean like
With insurance or without?
$10,000.
10,000?
Yeah. Like I'm just baffled. Like who has that kind of money? That's like a car.
Yeah. Even if you have that kind of money, right? It's
Right.
like,
You're
you
like,
shouldn't
I would
have
rather
to-
buy my car so I can drive myself to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why is there such a wide range for prices?
There are a lot of factors, like based on states or income.
Would you?
Because insurance companies are greedy. Okay, because this is the land of greed, and people, the hospitals. Oh my God, they're the greediest, and the hospitals really work for the insurance companies, who are the greediest, and so that's why the different range in prices, because they try to figure out how much money they can make off of you.
I mean income.
Like if you don't make a lot of money, then maybe you can get more benefits.
And like if you have a good job, like the insurance from your
Your job can maybe cover more.
There's a lot that like factors into it.
Yeah. Free?
yeah, of course it's free. They're just gonna be like, actually everything's free apart from if you want to have a baby. They're not gonna do that, are they?
Again, it's like tens of thousands of dollars. I think like throughout, like if you're counting like doctor's visits throughout pregnancy too, like can be like $50,000 to $70,000. And it depends though if you're like having it like vaginally or like a C-section or something,
yeah.
right?
It's more
'Cause
expensive for
I know
C-section.
C-sections are definitely more expensive.
Yeah, C-section is like 7,000 to 14,000, depending
Yeah.
on the hospital and everything.
The thing I can't like grasp is like, what if you want to give birth like naturally, but then something happens and then you're forced to have a C-section, but then you
gotta
still
pay
have to
up.
pay for it.
I think
Yeah.
that's so many
It blows
things,
my
right?
mind.
It's like
Yeah.
things that
I
are
feel
out
like-
of your control, right?
I feel like that's what happens in a lot of C-section cases. I don't know anything about it, but I just assumed that's what happens in a lot of C-section cases. That they're actually forced to give a C-section because they can't do it naturally. But I'm sure there's plenty of people who just want the C-section. But I thought it was just because I thought most of the times they were just forced.
You can't control when you get sick or when you get hurt, but then just having like this burden of this like huge cost on top of like whatever you're dealing with, it's just really unfortunate.
Find a British man to marry.
If I were to get pregnant, I wouldn't go home. I would have it abroad and then go home.
A lot of people do like
honestly-
medical tourism. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people in the
Birth?
States, not to give
Oh,
birth,
okay,
I don't
okay.
think.
I've
Oh,
heard
do
that
they?
it's popular for people to come and have birth in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've got a really good system for.
Wow.
It's a basic human right, I feel like giving
Yeah.
birth, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of funny because the plane ticket will be cheaper. So
Way
yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Medical tourism, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
People
you
do
can
it.
do it for giving birth. I think there's some laws, but you know, everything else, you know, if you want a cheeky liver surgery or something, like hop on over. My uncle is a liver surgeon, that's why I said it.
Arm or wrist fracture.
Nothing.
Just nothing. When I hurt my hands, all that happened was that I just had to wait like 1 or 2 hours maximum. They x-rayed it, they did it, and I just left.
Everything costs money in
Everything.
the US. The X-ray costs money. I think X-ray is like $200, and then the cast. I've actually never
afford
broken.
to.
But if you have to get surgery, if you broke your arm, it's like it can be $16,000.
Because they're like the anesthesia, the anesthesiologist, the surgeons, the equipment, the bed, yeah.
How does it work then in the UK if like all of this is free? How is it covered?
Our magical system.
Yeah.
Bigger
Actually,
taxes.
It comes out of our taxes. So our income tax, and it depends, obviously, there are different levels of tax depending on how much you earn, but I'm pretty sure that our taxes mostly go, the biggest portion goes on welfare, and then the second biggest portion of our taxes go onto healthcare. So I think it's something like 20%, and we all just pay into it. If you're earning over, I think, 180-ish pounds a week and you're over 16, then you're naturally paying income tax. So it's just, you don't really notice it going, it supports everyone, it's just, we love the NHS.
Yeah. I like that. Like everyone pays a bit more, and then you have this like.
I mean, not everybody is happy about doing that, but
I think that would be a big problem in the States, kind of.
I think that's
people
why,
don't want.
Yeah, people really don't like it. And I think I saw some videos on YouTube where they were interviewing, like, what do you think? Oh, this is really expensive. And they're like, yeah, well, and then they still defend it. But I think also to change the whole system would be very expensive and
chaotic.
take
It would
a
be
lot
hard.
of time.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's just continuing to be. But it's like, how can you live?
Yeah.
How can you live?
No, I don't think they would change it just because greed. Greed. They wouldn't, because I feel like the doctors and everybody wouldn't make as much money. Insurance companies wouldn't make as much money. There's too many of corporations and companies, I feel like, that make way too much money off of healthcare that they would not allow it to get changed. And so, because I feel like most of the people, not all of the people, because there are going to be people like defend these ridiculous costs. But there's a lot of uninsured people, and I feel like most of the people would want that, but except for the people who are making way too much money off of it the way it is. And so, and I feel like in America, if you have the most money, you have the most power. Simple and plain.
I'm very like rain clouds on this side of me, like.
It's sad seeing the cost, like the prices right there. Really,
Just imagine like all that money that goes into it, what they could do.
That's the thing.
Like that's what blows my mind.
I
Like
think it's just really sad and unfair. Like, I don't know, that not many people can afford to take care of themselves like that. Like you said, it should be a basic human right, and still people are struggling just to like get their needs met.
Yeah.
So today we talked about healthcare in the US and the UK.
And if you like the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye!
Adios. That's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy Neal, out.